Today we're making the Spanish past simple feel friendly, useful, and very sayable. In Spanish, this tense is often called el pretérito. And for you, the big idea is simple. We use it for completed actions in the past. Finished, done, wrapped up with a little bow. I ate, I talked, she studied, we went. That's the feeling. Let's start with the most useful pattern. For regular verbs, think of two little teams, team are and team er. For verbs, the endings are e, aste, o, amos, aron, like hablar, to talk. Hablé, hablaste, habló, hablamos, hablaron. For and verbs, the endings are I, iste, io, imos, ieron, like comer, to eat. Comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comieron. And vivir, to live. Viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivieron. Nice pattern, right? Here's a memory trick. Verbs start with an a in the infinitive, but in the yo form they jump to a, hablé. And verbs are little twins in the past simple. They share the same endings. I, iste, io, imos, ieron. If and were people, they'd totally borrow each other's sweaters. Let's make this active right away. How do you say I ate breakfast this morning? Desayuné esta mañana. Good. Desayuné is from desayunar, an AR verb, so for yo we use a. Now notice something practical. In English, we must say I ate. In Spanish, very often you can drop yo. Desayuné esta mañana already means I ate breakfast this morning. The verb is doing the heavy lifting. Let's do another one. How do you say we talked yesterday in Spanish? Hablamos ayer. Yes. And here's a useful little warning. Hablamos can mean we talk, present, or we talked, past. So how do you know? Context. Words like ayer, last night, last week, this morning, suddenly, then, all help. If you hear ayer, your brain should think, past. A few time words that love the past simple. Ayer, yesterday. Anoche, last night. La semana pasada, last week. El año pasado, last year. Esta mañana, this morning, if the morning is finished. Those are your past simple buddies. How do you say, she studied a lot last night, in Spanish? Estudió mucho anoche. Perfect. Estudió. That O sound is your he, she, it ending for AR verbs in the past simple. Let's build your pattern memory. Repeat mentally with me. Hablé, hablaste, habló. Comí, comiste, comió. Viví, viviste, vivió. Short, neat, rhythmic, almost like lyrics. Now, one very common learner mistake, mixing up present and past endings. For example, hablo means I speak, present. Hablé means I spoke, or I talked, past. Just one sound changes, but the meaning changes a lot. So really listen for that final A, E, or O. Another mistake, forgetting accents. In speech, the accent changes the rhythm. In writing, it matters too. Habló is he or she talked. Habló is I speak. Comió is he or she ate. Comió without the accent is just wrong. So accents are not decoration, they are meaning. Let's keep going. How do you say they lived in Madrid for 2 years in Spanish? Vivieron en Madrid por 2 años. Nicely done. Vivieron is they lived. And yes, for 2 years tells us it was a completed time period, so the past simple works well. Now let's talk about a few superstar irregulars, because you will hear them constantly. We're keeping it practical, not scary. First, ir, to go, and ser, to be, share the same past simple forms. Fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, fueron. Context tells you whether it means went or was. For example, fui a la tienda means I went to the store. Fue divertido means it was fun. How do you say I went to the store? Fui a la tienda. Exactly. Fui is one of those high-frequency words worth learning early. Another super useful irregular is hacer, to do or make. In the past simple, the he or she form is hizo. Ella hizo la cena. She made dinner. How do you say he made coffee in Spanish? Hizo café. Great. Short and useful. And another giant is tener, to have. In the past simple, tuve, tuviste, tuvo, tuvimos, tuvieron. Think of tuve as I had. How do you say we had a problem in Spanish?
Tuvimos un problema.
Perfect. Here's a helpful shortcut. Don't try to memorize every verb in the universe today. Just get very comfortable with regular AR verbs, regular ER-IR verbs, and a few champions. Fui, fue, hizo, tuve. That already lets you say a lot. Let's compare quickly. Present, hablo con Ana, I talk with Anna. Past simple, hablé con Ana, I talked with Anna. Present, como pizza, I eat pizza. Past simple, comí pizza, I ate pizza. Present, vivo en Sevilla, I live in Seville. Past simple, viví en Sevilla por un año, I lived in Seville for a year. See the idea? The past simple loves finished events. If the action feels complete, this tense is often your friend. One more very natural example. How do you say, did you eat, in Spanish?
¿Comiste?
Nice. Spanish often doesn't need a helper like did. Just use the past simple form, and your voice or question marks do the rest. And how do you say yes, I ate, in Spanish? Sí, comí. Clean and simple. Before we finish, here's a tiny memory chant. AR gives you A and O. AIR and IR give you E and EO. And the past simple means finished, done, yesterday box checked. Quick recap. For regular AR verbs, hablé, hablaste, habló, hablamos, hablaron. For regular AIR and IR verbs, comí, comiste, comió, comimos, comieron. And viví, viviste, vivió, vivimos, vivieron. Use this tense for completed past actions, often with words like ayer, anoche, la semana pasada. Watch those accents, because habló and hablo are not the same thing at all. You did great today. Seriously, if this still feels new, that's normal. Language learning is repetition with personality. Listen again, say the forms out loud, and grab just a few useful verbs first. Poco a poco, little by little, you're building real Spanish. Easy, you can do this.